Hey guys, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Alex.
And today on Coog Cinema Reviews, we're going to be discussing something from our Letters from Santa.
Yeah, let's see. Speaking of Santa, we have a Santa Claus.
A Santa Claus?
No, Santa. The Santa Claus.
Oh!
The Santa Claus. Not Santa Claus. The Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Santa Claus the movie. That's what we're gonna read today.
You get it.
Yeah.
So the Santa Claus follows Scott Calvin, a divorced father who has custody of his son on the night of Christmas Eve. And basically, stuff happens where Scott accidentally kills this man in a Santa suit.
AKA Santa.
AKA allegedly Santa. And basically, stuff starts to happen. He dreams that maybe he's become the new Santa, but
is he dreaming?
After he starts growing a beard and getting fat, is it really a dream?
It is not.
You know, this movie's pretty old. It's from the 90s.
Yeah,
So
97, right? Something like that. 96, 97.
I think it's like 90, 91.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's gonna tell us that we're wrong. But when was the last time that you watched this movie?
It's been years. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too, but I actually managed to watch it last night. And I definitely have to say that there are some things that I don't think would pass
No.
humor-wise, like in this day and age.
Well, even some of this, like stuff like the graphics and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna talk about
we'll
that
get,
later.
We'll get to that.
But
We'll get to that.
like, this movie is actually kind of dark.
In a way.
Oh, I
a
mean,
way.
so like, it's kind
Explain.
of like okay, so basically the main thing is that Santa dies.
Right.
And you
That's
know,
pretty
like
dark.
after I rewatched it, Santa falls off the roof, he dies. Scott Calvin doesn't even like care because he goes up to him, he's just like, hey buddy, are you okay?
He does this kind of thing.
Kicks his boot, like, rude. And then his kid comes out, he's just like,
He's Santa! You killed him!
you can't tell me that's not traumatizing.
Yeah, I'm surprised the kid, like, what's his name? The little kid's name? I don't remember.
Oh my god, I just had a brain fart.
What's his name? What's his name? I got nothing on a name. We threw out his name!
Charlie!
So yeah, I'm surprised Charlie, like, he didn't even shed a tear, really. He just said, you killed him, and that was kind of it.
Yeah, he didn't shed a tear in that part because I think he was just so mesmerized that like, oh shoot, Santa's on our roof.
Yeah, but if we're talking about a kid who at the time lost his belief in Santa, like because of his stepfather, and all of a sudden he believes again, and he doesn't really shed a tear or anything.
He could have been like internalizing it and he was just like, oh, Santa is dead in front of me. Like,
And my dad killed him.
can you imagine like my father killed Santa? Is that where
I
that
saw
song
Daddy
comes?
kill. Yeah.
I
I saw
like-
Daddy killing Santa Claus.
There you go, because instead, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus, so Daddy just killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Side note, I saw a tweet or something somewhere where some people would think that that song was based on an affair, but what if the dad was actually Santa Claus?
I mean, I assume that's where it comes from, but none of that happens in this movie.
Yeah.
There's no affairs. There's some like sexual jokes and like innuendos, but I mean,
Stuff you wouldn't get as a kid.
for the most part, it's pretty wholesome.
Yeah.
There's just some things that don't sit well for me.
Like what?
Basically, like the entire movie, after Charlie is like trying to encourage his father to just embrace being the new Santa, everybody thinks he's crazy. Like his mom, his stepdad.
What's this all about?
Dad took me to the North Pole.
The North Pole.
Yeah, Dad's the new Santa. The regular Santa fell off the roof. Then Dad put on the suit.
Charlie, we'll discuss this at home.
Like his principals, his classmates.
That's kind of understandable, though, don't you think?
I guess, but they're like to call like cops on them and have just like SWAT team come over and like
He did
try to
kidnap
get
his kid.
I mean, yes.
That's pretty dark.
But
Going back to that.
But they treated it as if he has like a mental illness or like he's
That's
actually
true.
going crazy.
That's true.
I mean, personally, if my kid, Charlie's what, like 6?
Six,
If I had a
6,
6-year-old and he was going around, he was just like, oh, my dad's Santa, like, and he's playing reindeer in his room, I would prefer that over him going out and like vandalizing cars and doing drugs and stuff. So
it's a wholesome thing. That's what Christmas is
Yeah.
about, right?
the adults in this movie kind of blew it out of proportion.
I milked the heck out of Santa, bro.
Yeah.
I was 12, 13 years old asking Santa for a Wii, and guess what I got?
What
A Wii.
was your dad Santa?
You telling me Santa's not real right now?
No, Santa is Scott Calvin. We just went over this.
Is it Scott Calvin? Or is it my
Okay,
dad?
okay. Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy. All right, so one thing that was kind of, I guess, like, not negative, but like a weird thing for me was like the CGI, the green screen and all that.
Oh my God.
It was pretty bad. And I know it was like in the 90s, but even back then, I mean, technology was still good enough to where you could make it look somewhat real.
I mean, yeah, we got the Titanic out of the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Then again, it is a family comedy, so it's not like it's this big action movie with like a big budget. So I mean, I guess in that sense, I'd understand it. But
Yeah, I mean, rewatching this like as an adult, as a kid, you let things like go by and things are cool, and you kind of suspension of disbelief is a little bit easier to pull off. But yeah,
well, actually, even as a kid, I was kind of like,
it's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, go back and watch it. The special effects are rough, but I think that, you know, like you said, 90s, they did what they could. It's such a grand concept, you know, so how do you pull that off?
that's not to take anything away from the movie. The movie was really good. I feel like we've been like kind of downing it so far, but like overall, it's a really good movie. I still like it. I still enjoyed it when I watch it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that are, you know, rough about it, but that doesn't mean that I don't still love it.
It doesn't kill the movie.
Yeah, I'm
at
gonna keep
all.
watching it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because like Tim Allen is one of my favorite actors. So
Full time.
yeah, Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Toolman Taylor.
He's never gonna live that down. But I mean, I think just him, he's like the perfect dad. Like, I don't know, if you think TV dad or film dad, that Tim Allen, I love him. I'll let him be my dad. Okay, never mind. No. Let's cut that out. I feel like he also just kind of plays very similar roles. Like in this one, he's really snarky and sarcastic and just like, he's an asshole, honestly,
It's
in
not
this
the
movie.
only Christmas movie he does.
It's not, but I mean,
it's also-
he's a jerk.
Yeah, like
He is a
that's what I was.
jerk in
That's
this
what I was gonna
film.
get to.
And I mean, another movie that I can compare it to, which
Christmas
is
was the Cranks.
yes, Christmas with
He's
the
a jerk in
Cranks.
that movie too.
Like that movie's kind of playing off of like Christmas Carol
Right.
and you know, Scrooge, but he's very like charming and he's a very likable guy. So I think that it's really easy for him to play that role because once like his redemption arc comes in, like you root for him. So
Right.
no, I love Tim Allen. He's cool. That's all I watch these movies for.
What's his catchphrase in that one show? Full time? Or that little thing he does? Ooh.
Like a dog?
There it is,
I mean,
yeah.
that throws me off. It's like Scooby-Doo. But yeah, we stand Tim Allen. I actually have to say that for a Disney movie, the humor in this is outstanding.
It's pretty funny.
Like, it's a kid's movie, it's a family movie,
Right.
but there's a lot of adult jokes in there that I think older audiences can appreciate.
Like that one scene where he's outside in his underpants, like all he has is underwear and his robe, right?
I don't even wear pajamas. Normally I sleep naked. Fuck naked. Ah! Morning, Mr. McGloin. Mary Catherine.
My favorite part of the movie is just when they go to Denny's
Yeah.
after he burns the turkey and they're sitting there and it's like, oh, it's a really sucky situation to be in. But then you
Or
see
even the
that,
part before that where he burnt the turkey. Like that scene itself is pretty
yeah,
funny,
yeah,
too.
yeah. So he's burning the turkey and he's just like, we can make this work. And then he gets like the fire extinguisher on it. It's really gross. But I love just seeing when they're at Denny's and then you see the other dads and their kids just like, they're having their sad little
Like
Christmas
meal?
dinner.
Yeah.
And I love just when that one dad has his hand up and waves at him and he's all bandaged, like.
And all the kids are like depressed. They don't like Denny's. And what does Tim Allen's character say?
What are you talking about? Everybody likes Denny's. It's an American institution.
He's so funny. It's like even when he talks about killing Santa, he's like, I have insurance. I have a great attorney. Like,
Hey, I know where this is going. It wasn't my fault. The other guy fell. It was an accident. I've got homeowner's insurance and a good attorney. Not as good as my wife's, but let's not open up that wound.
man, he had no filter
The
in this
Santa
movie.
Claus?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny too.
That was okay. What do you think about that? Do you think that the Santa Claus made sense? Like, did it have like
I'd have
reasonable logic to you?
I'd have to go back and look at that clause to be sure. But I think
Okay.
it made sense.
I think it did. I watch a lot of video essays and they debunked some of it and some plot holes. I just want to know, did he really kill Santa? Because that didn't look like too high of a fall for me, but.
Maybe like a broken rib or something. But I don't.
And there was a lot of snow.
Did he landed on his back?
He
too, right?
landed on his back, but there was like a huge pile of snow.
Yeah, I don't think it was something worth, like not worth dying for, but I don't think it's
Worth dying for. I don't think it was like, it was an injury he could have sustained.
right.
but
There you go. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we'll accept it. Just, it's a plot point.
If that doesn't happen, there's no movie, and the
That's-
movie's great.
Yeah, so,
So.
and I mean, now Tim Allen, he's Santa, so
Three
there
times.
you go. Yeah, personally, I think that my favorite film out of the franchise is number 2. Even though they get really weird, like in the sequels, but
I don't remember. I remember number 3 more than I remember number 2. But
number 3 got really corporate, but number 2, solid. I love a good like rom-com, romantic. He's trying to charm up, Mrs. Claus.
that's what number 2 is about.
which
Yeah,
is
I like that
cool.
one too.
Yeah,
I don't remember it much. I do remember 1 and 3 more, but 2 is a good one.
it was good. I like it. So, Alex, what
Yeah.
was your favorite part of the movie?
That's a tough one. I wouldn't say a favorite scene or anything like that, but like the
Or, like,
the character Bernard.
Yeah.
I like that
I
character.
love
That's
Bernard.
a really cool character.
He's so sassy.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that kiss up. Like that one person that's like a kiss up in the company. He's like the kiss up Santa Claus.
Oh no,
Type of
he
thing?
seems like just the guy that takes his job way too seriously.
There you go.
Oh, he's like the Dwight of the Santa Claus.
Yeah,
But even if like Santa wasn't there, he'd still be getting his job done. So I don't think it's.
that's true.
I'm overthinking it, but yeah,
That's
Bernard's
true.
cool.
I like Bernard. Bernard's character
I like Bernard.
is pretty funny.
What's my favorite part?
What's your favorite part?
I like seeing his transformation, basically. So like,
Wait, whose transformation?
I like seeing Scott's
Oh,
transformation
yeah.
because, like,
Does this look like a little fat to you?
Yes,
Does this look like a little weight to you?
seeing him run on that treadmill and that belly's just flopping. First of all, it looked realistic,
Yeah.
and it was just really funny. And then the CGI is bad, but when he's shaving, and then all of a sudden it just grows back like instantaneously.
I have
really
a favorite
funny.
scene. I just thought of a good scene. The scene where he walks into the meeting and he's just chowing down
With
on
the
a bunch of food.
sweatpants.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll take a salad and some cookies and a sundae and the whole menu.
Yeah.
I think there's just so many things to like about this movie.
That same part also where he during the pitch meeting he's like, no, that's not what Christmas is about. Like
It gets so campy.
he begins to like his transformation also becomes like mental. He starts thinking like how Santa Claus would, and I think that's pretty funny too.
I like that, yeah.
So as we wrap up, what do you think makes this movie a classic? Like what screams this is a classic movie?
I don't know. See, that's a hard question to answer because, oh, it sounds so cheesy. It's not about what they gave you, but it's about how it makes you feel kind of thing. I don't know. I just, when I watch it come on, it's not all positive, although they do blow some things out of proportion with like custody battle and, believing in Santa, is Santa real or not kind of thing. I think it's one of those movies, it makes you feel good.
That's true.
And it just kind of makes you feel like a kid again.
But
so.
here's the thing too. There's a lot of Christmas movies out there.
There is.
There's a lot of Hallmark type Christmas movies, or just like Christmas
those
movies
are
in
bad.
general. Yeah, those
Sorry,
are bad.
okay. In case it won't work with us later. Okay, basically Tim Allen sells it for me. He's hilarious. Just him as a person, like he's a funny guy, and I like watching his movies. So this is to me like one of his best, I think.
Here, I think I know what the real key is. That what kind of helped it like become an instant classic is they played it on Disney a lot, didn't they? The Disney Channel.
Yeah. Well, it is a Disney movie.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie, so it like became nostalgic for us, I guess, because we grew up watching it. Kind of like the Elf, the movie Elf.
Oh, but that's not a Disney movie.
No, I know it's not a Disney movie, but like that like there's something about like watching it when you're younger, kind of.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it kind of grows with you, sort of thing.
And it's good too. If it was a bad movie, then there's no way it becomes a classic.
You're right.
But
Thank you guys for tuning in to this very festive edition of Coog Cinema Reviews.
yeah, we have plenty more of Christmas classic type reviews like this. So if you're interested and want to keep watching more, subscribe to Coog TV.
Thanks for watching.
Remember, these are just opinions. They're our takes.
Kind of.
Kind of.